So this ex-husband is in his find out season, and I love that for him. This woman says, my ex-husband called me begging me to give him his old life back. Throwaway because he uses Reddit regularly. Forgive any grammar mistakes this may have. I grew up speaking Spanish because my parents moved to the US from Puerto Rico. Me and my husband were teen parents and had our oldest daughter when I was 16 and he was 18. He and I agreed we'd get married and start a family so our daughter would grow up with both parents. I know this wasn't a good decision, but at the time, I truly believe we would make it work. We had three kids together, two sons and one daughter. My ex lived in Boston while I and the kids were in San Francisco while he was in college. I finished high school, but didn't go to college because he said he'd like for me to be a stay at home wife and mom. And I agreed because I wanted us to get along at the time and trusted his judgment. During our marriage, I did most of the housework and dealt with the kids' school stuff, extracurricular activities, play dates, etc. He was very busy during most of it. So whenever he was home, he spent the time he wasn't sleeping playing with the kids, so he didn't make much time for our marriage. I tried my best to entertain him. I wanted him to be interested in me a little more, and I wanted him to spend time with me, but he refused me most of the time because he was tired from work and other stuff. Our main issue was that he didn't do anything with the kids besides playing with them, buying them things. I was the only one enforcing some type of discipline, and he was undoing all of it. If I scolded any of our kids in front of him, he'd side with the kid and disregard me. It was very frustrating, but I loved him, so I stayed. I basically spent our entire marriage trying to appease him until 2021. Remember, people keep saying it's best to have two parents in the household. But what if one parent is basically a piece of furniture or just an entertainment piece for the kids and doesn't help with discipline and actually actively helps sabotage discipline? What about that? Okay. In 2021, I found out he slept with a coworker of his. He begged to go to therapy, but I said no. He never believed in couples therapy up until that moment. I was depressed for months because of this. I filed for divorce a week after I found out, and after a lot of resisting, he finally agreed, and we had a peaceful divorce. No fighting, no threatening, no nothing. He has the kids on the weekends, and I have them on weekdays, so I only see him on the weekends. After the divorce, we barely talked, mostly because I avoided him. But when I started going out with friends, he started sending me angry messages about the way I was dressing at my age and as a mom. Basically, he started lady of the night shaming me for going out and living my life without him. He called me crying a few hours ago, begging me to go back to him, to give him his family back, to give him his old life back. He expressed how much he missed his old life and begged me to give it back to him. I didn't hang up, I just listened. I kept listening until he had nothing else to say and hung up. I cried for an hour, and now I'm just thinking about what to do now. I know I can't go back to him. It isn't fair to our kids or to me, but I don't know how to reject him without upsetting him. Who cares? He left you, he cheated on you, he wasn't accommodating or supportive of you in the household for what you did. All he wants back now is his wife appliance that he didn't really, his wife appliance was useful. He didn't appreciate his wife appliance at the time, and now he wants his wife appliance back. He doesn't care about her humanity or anything. No, don't go back to this type of person. She says, edit. I didn't mention this because at the time of writing this, I didn't find it important. My parents are super religious, so a lot of my decisions throughout my life have been mainly influenced by what I was taught growing up. I'm 31. I'm grown, and I haven't stepped foot in a church since my youngest's baptism. I also wanted to clear up the confusion with how old I am. I got pregnant at 15, I think, in November of my sophomore year, and I had my oldest when I was 16. My birthday is in December. I turned 16 while pregnant. When I first posted this, I misclicked the number on my keyboard because I'm a fast typer and I didn't proof check before sending stuff. Also, edit the grammar thing. My parents had me in Puerto Rico. They moved shortly after to San Francisco. I ran errands for my parents because they found a lot of things to do difficult to do because of the language barrier. They don't speak English and they refuse to learn it. I spoke Spanish at home, and most of my friends spoke it too. I also use Grammarly because, like I said, I don't proofread before sending stuff. Thank you for the advice you've all given. I'll give an update as soon as I can. These people, these men are in their find out season. They think that they can trade in their wife appliance for somebody else, but they are finding that there are not a lot of takers. There are not a lot of takers. And ladies, when these men come and they're like they're separated, they're getting a divorce, let them stay over there. They are damaged goods. They are damaged, and they didn't take their wife appliance seriously. They didn't love and support their wife appliance. Why would they love and support you? Leave them where they stand. Like this person says, listen to exactly what he was saying. He misses his old life. He didn't miss you. That tells you everything you need to know. And then this person says this needs to be higher. He didn't call you and tell you how much he loved you, and how he wants to treat you better, which I still wouldn't believe even if he had said that. He said he wants things back the way they were. You doing everything alone while only his contribution is to undermine you. He wants to go back to ignoring you and neglecting your relationship. He wants you to be his unpaid maid and nanny while he does nothing to make your life better. He probably was also cheating on you much longer than the one you found out about. You don't have it exactly. Don't take these people back. Just because he got caught that one time doesn't mean that there wasn't multiple cheating episodes. Anyways, I think that's enough. We get it. If somebody does this to you, if people don't appreciate you during the relationship, don't allow all of the crying and begging. Let them live in the bed that they have created. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. This story is creepy for multiple reasons. This woman posted in the SEX subreddit. So she says, hunched for the first time ever with my boyfriend, but he texted me the next day after with a list of the mistakes I made. She's 20, he's 35. That's already a glaring red flag. Glaring red flag already. But let's look at the story. I, 20-year-old woman, lost my V card to my boyfriend who's 35, which is 15 years older, a couple of days ago. I knew that going in, I was going to be nervous and clumsy. The nookie was pretty awkward and sometimes it hurt, so I had to ask him to stop a bit. He did finish, but I couldn't, probably due to nerves. Anyway, the next day, I woke up to a text from him, basically listing the things I did wrong. This is the text. Be sexier. Don't be so quiet. Moan and scream. Your head game needs a lot of work. Look it up. Don't be awkward. You don't have your V card anymore, so don't act like it. You need to get better at shaving. Don't tell a guy to stop when he's getting into it. It ruins the mood. Let me try what I want. Not letting me ruins the mood. Don't be shy. It's not sexy. So don't get me wrong. I'm not against being told how I can do stuff better. I know that I'm not going to be great at it, obviously. I just don't really like the way he did it because yes, she says, I just don't like the way he did it. Okay, cool. This is terrible. This is terrible. Already an imbalance. And now what he's doing, he got him a young, inexperienced woman so he could mold her. And this list is like nothing but red flags. He is looking to mold this young girl because for whatever reason, I don't know, but he's not looking to take his time as evidenced by his list. He doesn't care about her, what she needs. He needs a robot. That's it. That's all. He doesn't care about this woman's humanity, how she felt, and helping her enjoy things, helping her not have as many nerves or whatever, easing her anxiety. No, he's not supportive. He doesn't care about this girl. And this is her first experience. This is terrible. Red flags all over the place. Y'all weigh in, but let's look at some of the comments. This was reposted to Twitter. Number one, fake moans are not sexy. Try earning them. Number two, if you want good head, stay away from women with V cards. Either inexperience is attractive to you or it's not. Your selections are up to you. Number three, if she's awkward, it's your fault. Number four, your preferences are not objective standards. Number five, if she wants you to stop and you're not doing it right, your fault. Creating and maintaining the mood is your job. Get better at it. Number 5, if she's shy, you have failed to make her feel safe with you. Given these comments, her instinctive reaction to your presence was on point. He didn't make her feel comfortable, supported, anything. This red flags. Honestly, this woman right here pretty much summed up everything. Ladies, these age gap these age gap relationships are not it. They are looking to mold and sculpt you. The power dynamic is not there. They don't want an equal partnership. They don't care about your needs. It's typically unequal and unsupported. It's a control tactic. Just just say no to these extreme gaps. 2 to 3 years. That should be. I'm just saying that's my opinion. I do not like these types of relationships. Y'all weigh in though. So this woman quoted and retweeted this man's post. He says, I just blocked and deaded friendships with 4 of my homeboys. I had back surgery literally a whole month ago, and not one of these ninjas checked on your boy. I ain't say I just blocked it and let it be what it is. In words. And she said in her quote, whenever I feel the urge to feel sorry for a man on this app, I quickly check his tweet history, and boy, it never disappoints. Oh, I had to expand the tweet so you can see the whole thing. So they didn't check on him at all. He says, I ain't say anything. I just blocked and let it be what it is. Ninjas wasn't my real friends. I really find that what I see that they do not cultivate their friendships and relationships very deeply. I don't think that many of them really have real friends. And that's the reason why they lean on women or talk about relationships so much, because a lot of the emotional things and helper and supportive things they get from women. They just don't treat women that well and they don't reciprocate. So that's the reason why women are pushing back. One of the things he says at the bottom, all I'm going to say is check on your people, man. But they have to be reciprocal. They have to be supportive. They have to check on each other. And maybe he didn't cultivate that. Okay, so here's some of his old tweets that she pulled up. I love and respect a woman that works for hers, not as an ex worker for hers by getting finance from simp ass men, but actually works for hers. So he is, this is what he's doing. And then he says, nah, I'm staying in the house, ain't outside, but ladies of the night and death, I prefer peace and safety. Loudly and boldly, he says, this is why I don't trust no woman that goes to Jamaica, single or not, girls trip or not. You go to Jamaica without your man, you are a lady of the night. This man also says, whenever a female tells me that, especially the ones on a dating app, I just know she wants to be a serial woman of the night and to absolutely not take her serious at any point, treat her how she wants to be treated, pump and dump. That just kind of sums up what he thinks about female humans. He doesn't particularly care for them. Yeah, and this is probably reflected in his relationships. And he probably doesn't pour into his male relationships either. So, what I said on the Twitter, these types won't have friends because they're horrible people. He built the roster he has, and it's barren. Juanita says, well, now we know how he ended up with so many ain't homeboys because he ain't. Chicky says, you are the company you keep. And Felix the Flying Squirrel says, lesson, never ever feel sorry for a man. And Millennium Mama says, exactly why I didn't get caught up in feeling sorry for him. Already clocked. Already clocked. Understand, know, please be aware of where you give your grace and compassion because what they give it back to you. Women need to pour into the people that have poured into you. Don't give your compassion and grace and support to random people because they probably don't deserve it. Anyways, jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this one. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. When the conversation comes back to bear versus man, a bear would never. A bear would never pour a jug of milk on a woman simply for saying, no, I don't want your number. This woman didn't give this man her phone number. He poured a jug of milk on her. And this is one of the reasons why are people confused when women give their phone numbers and they're uninterested? because they could literally be harmed, embarrassed, have something bad happen to them simply for saying no. Yes, all she has to do now is go clean up. She still has her life. She's mostly embarrassed. But why? Why are these MFers incapable of accepting rejection? In the video, there were people taking videos of her, people just passing by, people just laughing, just laughing. The fact that Black women's humiliation is such good entertainment is so disturbing. And she literally just stood there for a while, like frozen, like in disbelief. Just, it was very, very, this was a terrible, terrible video to scroll up on. And I just wanted, yes, people, women understand. Women understand. This is one of the reasons why, ladies, stop marching for them, stop taking up for them, stop. Let the men handle the men. Let the men support the men, because the men don't support us. Like this person says, I think I speak for everyone when I say start. No, I'm not even gonna say it, but this is what she shared. And then Damien says, you want to pew pew someone over a situation you don't know how it started. Who cares how it started? We saw a man pour milk on a woman that wasn't a threat. The fact that he asked this question is the same thing that white people do when a cop pew pews one of them down. What happened beforehand? What happened? Please know and understand that women don't need to know what happened beforehand. This woman is standing there minding her own business. And we need to see this. It sucks at times. We need to see this, but pull back your support for random MFers. I'm not going to go into a bunch of these comments. It's all deplorable. It's sad what happened to this lady, but women know why women give our phone numbers and then block soon after. Women know why women are choosing bear over man. We know why. Anyways, jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.